Greetings, this is Frosty Thundertrot, and welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I'm finally going to finish this damn game series. And here we are in Chapter 2. Now, Chapter 1's kind of okay, it gets the job done. But Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 are really where I think this game starts to shine. And then Chapter 4 is as far as I've ever gotten. And I just hate Chapter 4. I hate Chapter 4 so much. But I guess I'll just try to bear through it this time and try to get to Chapter 5 for the first time ever. Even though I've played this game for thousands of hours, just because I do really enjoy Chapters 2 and 3. Storyteller, allow me to congratulate you on your victory and acquiring mythical powers capable of casting down the strongest of demons. Frosty, take a look at the page I got from the Grey Garrison. Storyteller, I see myself young, energetic, able to see. Oh gods, have I found the key to my past? Finally, I will find out what my own mind has been hiding from me. Thank you, Frosty, and please follow me to my story. Let's embark on this journey together. They are leaving, the people of Kenwyn, faced with the coming earthfall, and admitted that they were incapable of handling this disaster. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, skilled healers, all of them hurried to the gate to Sovereign. Looking around fearfully, a clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight for Glorian. I am ashamed. I am sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of catastrophe. But my will is strong. I am staying. My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their decision with my recklessness? My choice makes them cowards, traitors of their own home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a neat notebook with a tree bark cover. In case you change your mind, with a heavy sigh, he returns to the line of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watch the gate of Sovereign stone close, separating me from them. It is time for me to go too. I open my master's notebook. There are his notes about traveling between worlds. In case you've changed your mind, he hopes the burden I shouldered voluntarily will be too much. I will lose heart and find my way to Sovereign. That will never happen. My mouth set stubbornly. I tear my master's notebook to pieces. I use my forced pride as a shield against my fear of what is to come. Frosty, your mentor is a mage, and you must be too, yes? Storyteller, yes, I'm an archmage, and this title is well deserved. I have acquired delicate mastery and succeeded in many areas of magic, but curiosity has always pushed me towards new knowledge since the first day of my apprenticeship. What is the Sovereign Stone? Storyteller, a magnificent crystal bent into an arch by a mighty hand of an ancient divine caster. Our great gate to another world. It breathes power, it dreams of eternity. Frosty, why are you angry at your fellow elves? Storyteller, I spent many hundreds of years in Kenwyn. I've always admired the way my kinfolk cared for the forest, and that was our home, but the rest of the world seemed to mean nothing to them. But I loved Galorian, all of its places, all the forms it manifests in. I traveled widely, then came home and told my kinfolk about my travels, but they weren't interested. They only cared for Kinwyn. The lack of desire to hear about the wider world makes me sad and angry. Frosty, why did the elves decide to flee, not fight? Storyteller, they are afraid to lose what they have. They were rulers, long-lived and powerful. They valued their lives and sunshine too much to enter the fight with the aftermath of the Earthfall. Frosty, what happened next? Storyteller, Earthfall happened that night. I am standing at the top of my tower, many miles to the north of Kinwin, and I see a blaze fire in the south. I hear a horrendous rumble. The air is groaning, given way to a huge rock pushing down on my world, and then a blow. Vibrations that penetrate everything, reaching down into the bowels of Galorian and up to the vaults of the sky. Crunching bones, blood from the burst vessels filling my eyes with darkness, drowning the timelessness along with the countless denizens of Galorian. Never before have we been so united in our feelings. When I came around, the darkness remains. My first terrible thought, I am blind. But no, little by little, I began to see the stone wall. I am alive. But why is it so dark? The answer is quick. The smell of ash everywhere. The great burnt sacrifice filled the air with incinerating particles of what was recently the continent of Aslant. Great clouds of ash covered the sky, cutting us off from the sun and the moon, dooming us to dusk at day and complete darkness at night. My heart sinks with fear. Treacherous thoughts fill my mind. Why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had the chance? I clench my teeth and stand up to watch Earthfall. Proudly, like the last Archmage of Kenwyn should. Will my world really perish like this? Will I perish? No, that will never happen. I am still alive, and I can still fight Earthfall and the darkness, not run from it to a blind panic like my kinfolk and my cowardly teacher. But what can I do? I will not stop the disaster. I will hardly be able to save empires from their destruction. What can I do? I am but one archmage, powerful and weak at the same time. Frosty, what is Earthfall? Storyteller, a disaster of untold proportions. An unborn planet dropped on Galorian by blind fate or someone's evil will. A blow so strong that the continent of Aslant is destroyed within moments, turned into ashes. Wiped off the face of Galorian. In this burnt sacrifice, clouds of ash and dust are born, stealing our sun. Without the warmth of our star, the air cools and the soil is barren. Dark creatures crawl out of their lairs to rule, and the most frightening thing, without the sun, all hope dies in the heart. This is the age of darkness. Frosty, what was the tower you mentioned? Storyteller, it was my retreat to the north of Kinwyn, my home away from home, my observatory. From its top, I watched the stars, and when they were correctly aligned, the other worlds as well. Here in the northern wastelands, I found the highest mountain and built a tower on top of it. On clear days, I could see the mist over the lake of mist and veils and ease. That's how high I was. Frosty, what are you going to do next? Storyteller, I don't know. I need to think. My opponent, Earthfall, is much stronger than me. It is merciless. It does not simply destroy life, it kills an era, ending the greatness of Galorian civilizations. They will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they'd never existed. I need to think. Forgive me, I shouldn't have raised my voice. This story was much harder than many before it, most likely because I played the main role in it. It's so strange to see myself, to feel the emotions tearing me up inside. Those that I felt a long time ago and not remembered them. It's like I split and then became both the storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at the moment. Please, if you find other pages covered with ancient elven writings in your travels, bring them to me. I might be able to shed some light on my past, and we will find out how my story ended, perhaps even why I forgot it. Frosty, thank you for your stories. Please examine the items I'm carrying. Perhaps some of them could tell us a story. Give the storyteller the broken buckle and the necessary materials. Restore this relic for me. The Covenant of the Inheritor, that is the name of the relic. The buckle once adorned the belt of a glorious knight from Mendev. It was embodiment of promises made to a young girl by a powerful deity. A great promise that has changed much in the world. Rusty, I had a vision. Storyteller, how strange. You are a remarkable mortal. No one has ever shared my visions before. Rusty, what do you think caused it? Storyteller, perhaps these things have something to do with your destiny, or the fate of someone related to you. I do not have the answer, only advice. Seek out such relics, look for what links them all, and you will know the truth. Rusty, we have more important things to do. I want to discuss your past with you. Tell me more about Earthfall. They are leaving. Uh-huh. So that just repeated what was already said. Have you decided to join the crusade? I've decided not to, I'm afraid. My path and the path of the crusade lead in the same direction, but alas, they are not yet one and the same. After the demons are driven away from Canarbris and the path into the world became open, if only temporarily, I'm planning on using this opportunity to visit. It doesn't matter now. I hate to bore you with the details of my venture, which may prove useless even for myself. However, I will try to return to the Crusaders and aid them in their confrontation with the demons after I'm done. I hope to meet you again in this world rather than the next. I have to go. I wish you interesting adventures. Alright. So now I have wisdom and dexterity damage. I've got some scrolls of lesser restoring here, I believe. Yes, there it is. Alright, let's go ahead and level up Darren. Resist energy communal. Alright, let's give him his mystic level. Alright. I guess I'll go with abundant casting for Darren. Knowledge Arcana 4, huh? Well, let's see. What? Guess False Life and Archmage Armor will be a good one for... Yep. Alright, now it's Camilla's turn. Spirit Hunter. Guess Mythic Inspiration will work. Alright. Master Shapeshifter is the best one for Ulbrich by far. Lineal Abundant Casting. Wilser Garms, the camp quartermaster at your service. How may I help you? What are your duties in the camp? A little bit of everything. What's an officer to a soldier? A strict father, so what does this make a quartermaster like myself? Something like their mom. That's when I make sure the lads have everything they need to defeat the enemy and come back from battle in one piece. That means food, firewood, medicine tents, mended cloths, fixed weapons. What do the soldiers think of their new commander? They mostly tell tales about your unusual power, but they don't shy away from talking about you as a person, too. Soldiers are always like that. If Iomade herself descended from the heavens, you bet they jabber on about how she grips her sword and how good she looks in her armor. Word is you spent more time in the wilderness than in the cities, and that you can read tracks on the ground better than any book, and tell the weather 3 days ahead by the shape of the clouds. And that means that following you into the world isn't a scary thing to do. Tell me about yourself. There isn't much to tell, really. I was born in Canabras, a humble family. Got educated, taught myself to read and write. Got drafted into the army, spent 3 years as a shield bearer in the first line. I left after I did my time and joined the Stonemasons Guild, then moved on to shipwrights and rose to crew chief. Sailed to Iberoa twice, returned with goods, made some money, built a house. But I haven't started family yet. I think I will after we're done with this war. Alright, show me what you have. Nice. Some pretty decent stuff here. I need a scroll lesser restoration for Ember. Eurasian. Alright, I'm getting tired and worn out. It's getting to be hard for me to keep going here. So I'm going to pause and take a break. I'll be back probably later on today after I take a nap or something. Because right now I feel my quality's just sleeping too much. Alright, it's been several hours, but I'm back.
I'm gone.
See that, so picture this. My sword is by the fire. There's 2 goblins about to snatch it, and 3 more are digging through my tent. And I'm sat in the bushes wearing just my mail shirt wondering what the blast to do. An old mercenary taught me about the mail shirt. You can't sleep in armor, but it's not so bad in male once you get used to it. Too bad no one told me not to go to the bushes without my sword. So what did you do? Sela, what did I do? I barked like crazy. Goblins are afraid of dogs, you know. So they all went wild and started running around. I spot my sword and they spot me, so I jumped over to the fire wearing nothing but my mail shirt, grabbed my sword, and I yell in my big tough voice, "Oh, and here to grant me the power to crush these filthy creatures." My sword's shining, the goblins are screaming. I jump to attack them, they fight back, but I fought them off somehow. But ever since then, I never take a step without my weapon. Recruit, haha, that sums story. Hey, stop gulping. Leave some for us. Earbeth, we've only just set off and you're already drinking? And with the queen in the camp, stop this at once. Sela, right you are, Commander Triblade. We are but drinking to the queen's health. Frosty, chaotic. Take Sela's flask. Give me a sip too, to her majesty's health. Earbeth, Commander, are you sure this is the right way to train your soldiers? Never mind, it's your business.
Follow my steps.
Shouldn't that belt buckle be in here? Where is it? I was pretty sure I already had the storyteller fix. Here it is.
Let's head out. Let us be careful.
Sharon Torog, Desna, Iomade, Idrisil. No Pharasma, huh?
Tread lightly.
Half plate of vigor, huh?
I'm gone.
Blacksmith isn't here yet. Alright, let's go on into the commander's tent. Commander's chest. Go ahead and put away all my books. Oh, books and notes. Alright.
Follow my steps.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and talk to Queen Galfrey.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds. I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation. A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Soziel Bainik. One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important. but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons! I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it!
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, his trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
Frosty, did you know the souls of angels from heaven are confined in the Wardstone?
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual Celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomede's herald erected the first Wardstone in Kenobris, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts. But my faith in Iomede easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works. Nevertheless, I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the Wardstone in Kenobris, and were able to save this gift of Iomede. It was a deed worthy of a Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
Frosty, you should know I received an unusual gift in the caves beneath Kenabris. In a vision, I saw the death of an angel called L'Oreal. Somehow he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the light of heaven.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the world wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel. Even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on this special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
Frosty, when we met at the Defender's Heart, I never imagined you'd make me the commander of the new crusade.
Some actions may be deemed bold, or even extreme, and beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it. However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the crusade. I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
Show the covenant of the inheritor. Do you remember this?
Get this. I thought this relic was destroyed many years ago. How strange it is to see it whole again. At one time, it gave me hope. I am pleased that this object will serve the crusade once more.
I had a vision of Iomede giving her covenant to you.
I was young, and did not fully understand the magnitude of the duty that had been entrusted to me. Iomede gave me hope and strength to see me through the trials ahead, and in so doing, she won my everlasting loyalty.
Frosty, you withstood a blow from a Rulu Vorlish in that battle.
I would proudly declare that to be true, and say that even our Rilu Vorlesh could not kill me on her first attempt. But to do so would be boasting. I was protected by my goddess. However, I was glad to see that, no matter how great the betrayer of humanity's power, it is nothing as compared to Iomede's might.
Frosty, do you still remember the oath you swore in battle?
Always. No matter how arduous, no matter how dark the skies, no matter how much blood flows from my wounds, I shall stand with you. We shall fight for our loved ones and our friends, for the right to live and die free. We shall do everything we possibly can, and after that, we shall begin to do the impossible. And if the hour should come when our arms can no longer raise our swords, our bodies will become a shield to cover those who still have strength to fight. I, Golfrey, Queen of Mendev, swear this to you. This is my vow.
Frosty, I would like to keep wearing this relic.
Then so you shall. What matters is that the covenant of the Inheritor has been recovered. Perhaps it should be in your hands now, because you have greater need of it. But should you ever feel that you no longer need this relic, I ask that you give it to me. I would be delighted to touch it again.
I have some questions about my mission to retake Dresden.
Of course, I shall answer.
It's been decades and no one's managed to retake the city. Why do you think we're different?
We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demon's plans in Canabris. The army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Canabris. We must attack swiftly before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
What about long-term goals? Do you know how to get rid of the world wound forever?
Now you are talking like a real knight commander. However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the Abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed.
Well, the way that fate usually works, this power that I have is probably the key to that.
The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the Abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the World Wound was opened. The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins of the World Wound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold, the very threshold of the Abyss.
I already know how the demons got Dresden, so Staunton Vale told me that. What forces are at my disposal?
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit. These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
I have no more questions.
Wonderful.
The task is clear.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable. Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, he has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
It is a great honor, I suppose.
What a wonderful gesture, Your Majesty. I imagine our dear Count would have been inconsolable if you had not given him this chance to serve the common cause.
I knew you would approve, Commander. I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count, but your conduct in Kenobris has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the commander may remove you from your post. But I trust that you will dutifully fulfill his orders and make a good showing of yourself. Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
Your largesse truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
Then let's get going. May Iyomade help us.
Anivia, so tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Grey Garrison Inn? I heard rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You've no idea what cobblers the Crusaders say about you. Some they say that Iyomade came to you and appointed you a herald. Others say that you died and an honest-to-God's angel is now leading the army disguised as you. Still others say it was just an explosion in an alchemist's lab. And I'm the one spreading the rumors about your powers. I wish. But you know, you really have changed since Grey Garrison. It's hard to describe it, but you've become kind of more dangerous? Yeah, exactly. More dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander, and by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not to us. Or to yourself. Alright, I have to go. Your breath. Commander, allow me to say something. Before you, this wasn't a war. It was an agony drawn out over decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons attacked the city, for some it was a relief. At least the end had come. They laid down their weapons and surrendered without a fight. I felt the same thing, but somehow got through the odd stubbornness and vague hope that if nobody found Nevia's body, she might by some miracle have survived, and that miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me, and I nearly lost all hope of seeing her alive again. Then you went on a suicide mission to the Grey Garrison and won the city back for us. You turned a defeat into a victory. I know it wasn't easy, but you make everything seem so effortless. You did everything just like that. The Queen believes in your power too, but for me, they're just more proof of what I felt the day when I saw Nevia alive standing next to you. You're the miracle we've been waiting for. The one who will finally put an end to this terrible war, and in spite of everything, deliver us the victory we so desperately need. With you, I'm sure this crusade will achieve what others could not. Frosty, I found a scabbard with your family name on it in the Grey Garrison. Earbeth, the scabbard held the solemn honor, my family sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I left home to become a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with my heirloom willingly to help someone dear to me. Anivia needed expensive healing, and having no other way to procure the money, I pawned my father's sword. I think he would have understood. I'm sure he would have given up everything to help the family. I hoped to redeem the solemn honors eventually, but there was never enough money, and soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. I have no idea who took it. Seems like I might have to part with my father's sword forever. Rusty, good. I can see you truly love her. My parents were loyal servants, yet it wasn't enough to earn them the title or coat of arms. Still, however, humble our name might be, it was worth something. I don't ever know if I'll ever see solemn honor again. Solemn hour, not honor, hour. But at least I have its scabbard back. Thank you. I have to go. Alright.
Let's head out.
Damn you again, soldier. Oh, it's that drow chick from the... Rusty, I saw you talking to that girl hiding her face. Who was she? What'd she want? Wilser Garms. I don't know, Commander. She never introduced herself. But I bet she's not part of our army. I know all of our soldiers by name and sight. That is awfully damn impressive. She was looking for some elf volunteer, wanted to know which tent he was sleeping in. At first I thought it was a messenger from Mendev. She definitely wasn't one of us, but now I see how it looks mighty shifty. She was some sort of spy then? Rusty, your supply would do any wine shop proud. Does a crusade really need this much alcohol? Will Sir Garms. Don't think I'm trying to encourage drunkenness among our crusaders. It's all in good fun, a way to blow off some steam. When soldiers can gather by the fire and raise a cup to honor both the living and the dead, it reminds them that life goes on. But those who drink to excess or to the detriment of our duties won't get a drop from me. There's no sight more depressing than a drunkard. Right you are. I have to go. Alright. Now the blacksmith has a whole bunch of non-magic stuff. I don't know why he's sells this stuff. I mean, some of it is types of equipment you haven't gotten yet, but I use them as somebody to just sell to so that I'm not filling up the quartermaster Wilser Garms with stuff that I'm never gonna want. All right. Here you go, Wood, if you can have this dagger. Click resistance +1. Oh, I didn't realize I hadn't leveled up. That's right. Tandem died right at the start of the battle for the Grey Garrison.
Let us be careful.
Alright. So I need... Scroll of Lesser Restoration. Okay. There you go. Ember, let's... Okay. I'm pretty sure this guy's trouble.
tread lightly.
Alright, well, this recording is about an hour long. So I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching.